Hi, my name is Andrea. I'm a certified wellness coach through the International Association of Wellness Professionals. And what I'm here to talk to you about today is, especially in this time where all of us are under a little bit more stress than usual, is our breathing and some breathing techniques that can help not just calm us down, but really truly help activate the calmness in our nervous system. So our nervous system is actually split up. You've got the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system, also known as the fight and flight system, which we all know, and rest and digest. The parasympathetic nervous system is what comes online when we're sleeping, when we're eating, when we're sitting, right? When we don't have to be active, when we don't have to be ready to go. So we have the sympathetic and we have our parasympathetic nervous system. And this is how they should be operating. The problem is, though, in our world today, where there's so many different external stressors to us, to our minds, to our bodies, our sympathetic nervous system gets activated all the time. And it never really shuts off. So it's not really built for the modern world, for our modern stressors. And it's definitely not built for this time right now where a lot of us are staying at home. A lot of us are isolated or quarantined. And so our bodies and our minds are under far more stress than usual, which means most of us are stuck in our sympathetic nervous system. So what happens to our bodies when we're in the sympathetic nervous system is that our heart rates increase, our blood pressure increases, our breathing becomes more shallow, our minds go blank, our pupils dilate, and all the blood rushes to our limbs. Okay, it basically prepares us for fight or flight. Okay? But when you're in a situation where fight and flight's not necessary, you're still stuck in your sympathetic nervous system. You're still stuck in that stress state. So one of the best ways to come out of it is through deep breathing. That's one of the best techniques to come out of it, is through actually breathing. And it's through the intake of air, of all things, that you can actually signal to your body that it's safe. That it's safe to come out of its stress response, and it's safe in its environment. And that's exactly what your body needs to know. It needs to know it's safe in its environment. So here's what this looks like, okay? When you do deep breathing exercises, you need to stay aware of your counting, okay? What being aware of your counting does is it keeps your mind online instead of blanking out, which is very typical in your sympathetic nervous system, okay? But taking in those breaths starts to calm your heart rate, starts to bring down your blood pressure, and then, of course, your breathing isn't shallow anymore. So all of those things combined actually signals to your body that you're safe, that it can calm down. But it needs that signal. So it's very intentional. So when you do these deep breathing exercises, you want to start by making sure you breathe into and expand your lungs. Very intentionally expand your lungs. So you're going to breathe in for 5. Feel your lungs expand. Feel your rib cage expand. Feel the muscles in between your ribs stretch. Hold that breath and count, but hold that breath for about 5 to 10 seconds, whatever's comfortable. Then, at the end of that, you're going to breathe back out for another 5 seconds. Almost like you're breathing through a straw, because you want to breathe out very slowly. You don't want to blow it all out at the same time. So, the natural breath out already brings the parasympathetic nervous system online. That natural breathing out already calms the body down. Slowing down the breath in, stopping it and breathing out slows down the entire breath cycle, filling your lungs with the oxygen it needs and the air it needs, giving the signals to the body that it needs, and calming you down. After you've done a few of your lung breaths, right, expanding your lungs, you want to do this about 5 or 6 times, nice and slow. Then take the challenge to start breathing into your belly. Once again, here's why. When we're naturally in a rest state, and when we take those breaths, you'll actually notice that we naturally take very long, deep breaths. And you'll actually notice, if you watch, your belly takes in most of that air. When we're in stress, it doesn't take in any, right? It all goes into your lungs, even though the breathing's become very shallow. So after you've taken a few of those lung breaths, very intentionally, with your hands on your belly, when you breathe in, expand your stomach with that breath for 5. Hold and release. You should feel your belly move up and down. You're going to do that for about 5 or 6 breaths. Keep repeating this cycle of the breaths to expand your lungs and the breaths to expand your belly until you feel calm. Once you feel calm, it's because your body now feels safe again. Safe enough that it has activated the parasympathetic nervous system to come back online and the sympathetic nervous system to rest. You basically told it it's not needed right now. So if you're somebody that, especially during this time, you're struggling, you're either at home alone because you don't live with anybody, and so the isolation might be getting to you, or for the first time you are stuck at home with your entire family on a consistent basis and you really need a decompression, this is a great way for both of those kinds of situations. So during this time, for you and your family, stay well, take a deep breath, and we're in this together. Thanks for watching.